Right. 28 August 2025. And today I'm excited to be giving you the morning update where I dig deeper into one or two issues, which is very important in our region. And today I want to specifically look at the relationship between South Africa and the United States and the implications for SADC. So there is a big crisis that has been developing between South Africa and the United States, and it has come to a head. Right now, South Africa has never been in this position where in multiple areas, South Africa is fighting with one of the strongest powers in the world. And I want to take you to a number of issues. So firstly, South Africa does not have an ambassador in America. Right now, after the ambassador was expelled, their special envoy, who was nominated by President Ramaphosa, was denied access to the United States. South Africa is currently embroiled in a big wrangle and fight with Israel in the ICJ, in the International Court of Justice. South Africa has joined a group of countries that is opposed to Israel. I'm not talking about Iran and Hamas. I'm talking here of a block of countries that are opposed to Israel and that say the Israel is committing a genocide. That's what they're saying in court, and they are pushing for a court judgment to be enforced. So South Africa is directly opposite to Israel and directly opposite to the United States of America. And this has resulted in the United States of America slapping South Africa with sanctions and also with tariffs of 30%. So currently, this is the situation. Not only that, South Africa has denied access to a group from Kenya. So there is a group that is currently trying to come into South Africa with 30 staff members called the Church World Service. They want to process visas for Afrikaners who want to leave the country to go to America. However, South Africa is denying these people visas. They don't want them in South Africa. They're saying that there's no crisis. If America wants to process visas, they must do it without help. So that is what they're saying. So there is a big fight between South Africa and the United States of America. It's not only a policy issue, just that they differ in terms of policy. It's a deep-seated issue. The question is, how long is it going to last? The South Africans believe that they can outlast Trump and things will normalize. So that is what the South Africans' idea is, that they will just wait it out. And when Trump is out, a new government or a new president comes in and they will be able to push through with what they've already been doing. They don't want to change what they're doing. They want to outlast Trump. So that is the strategy of the South Africans. That's why you see that they're not appointing an ambassador. They're not appointing a new special envoy. Their negotiations are half interested. They are not really interested. So that is where the South Africans are. They believe that they are right, and the Americans are wrong. So it is the belief of the South African government that they are correct and America is wrong. That is what they believe. And this is continuing with America pushing through the tariffs. And how SADC is coming in is that within the next year, which is 2026 to 2027, South Africa is going to become the chair of SADC. So South Africa is going to take over as the chair of SADC. And we're back where we started. So over the past year, 2024 to 2025, Mnangagwa was the chair of SADC. And the United States and other Western countries refused to work with SADC. Now that we're having South Africa coming in as the new chair of SADC in 2026, it means that similarly, Western countries are going to refuse to work with SADC. So SADC is being caught up in the bilateral fights between different countries. First, the bilateral fight between Zimbabwe and all the other countries, Western countries. And then now, South Africa and the United States, which is a fight to the death. So this is a fight to the death. No one is going to win this fight in Africa. So South Africa is the biggest economy in Africa, and America is not wanting to deal with them. The South African economy is crashing. It's being decimated by the tariffs. It's been decimated by the sanctions. And there's currently a bill in the United States which seeks to place sanctions on ANC leaders. Already that is in effect, because as you can see, their special envoy could not travel to the United States of America. And most of the ANC leaders are not able to transact inside of the United States. And you can also see that companies linked to the ANC, like MTN, have been named for relationships with countries like Iran and Syria and so forth. So they're being named inside of those, and the Alapuga situation, which is currently playing out right now in South Africa. You can see clearly that the ANC does not want to condemn Russia or the taking of women to Russia, to the Alapuga program or 2-year start program. So we clearly have a big dispute between the United States and South Africa. And South Africa becoming SADC chair in 2026 is a bad thing for SADC. And what I would do if I was SADC, I would jump a year. So I would remove South Africa as SADC chair this year. It has happened before. When Mnangagwa got into office through a coup, Zimbabwe was jumped. It did not become SADC chair. So what SADC needs to do right now is to jump South Africa so that in 2026, South Africa does not become SADC chair. They can become SADC chair after the Trump government is out. That is the only way they can do it without contaminating themselves with South Africa. South Africa currently, their foreign policy is crazy. I don't know what they're doing. Yesterday they were asked, are you selling anything to Iran? No. Are you selling anything to India? No. So what are you doing with India and with Iran and with all these countries that they're joining up with? What is their relationship with Hamas? What is their relationship? Why are they involving themselves at this level, decimating their own economy to this extent? And to what? What is the purpose? And there's no reason. And funny enough, South Africa is going to be having a new president very soon. So South Africa's current president is serving his last term. So both Trump and Ramaphosa are on their last term. So I do not know how it's going to play out, but for SADC, this is a very important matter. They cannot allow South Africa's foreign policy, which is quite confused, to affect the region. And currently it is going to affect the SADC region. Okay, I think I've covered that. Let's go to stuff that I couldn't cover in the morning. Let's start with a big ruling in the Zimbabwean courts. So there's been a massive ruling in the courts of Zimbabwe regarding how courts are supposed to deal with matters, so higher courts and lower courts. So if you go into the Herald newspaper of today, you will see that there is a ruling which has been made against one of the top lawyers in Zimbabwe. So Aston Masunga, Harare lawyer, Aston Masunga was taken to the Law Society of Zimbabwe. And after he lost, he then went to the Supreme Court And the Supreme Court has ruled that if there is a process in a lower court which is not complete, one of the parties cannot go to a higher court before the lower court's proceedings are complete. So Aston Masunga's application was dismissed, and the law side of Zimbabwe has been allowed to complete their processes. So go check it out inside of the Herald newspaper. That is a big, big ruling. You cannot go to a higher court in Zimbabwe when proceedings at a lower court are not yet complete. So go check it out. It's a big, big ruling, and it will affect a lot. There is a bit of chaos in the courts of Zimbabwe right now, where cases are all over the place. Their system is in shambles. It's not like the South African system where everything is probably done in the system. The system of Zimbabwe is chaotic. I do not know who developed that system, but it's extra babblers, yaka broker. So the system that is being used in Zimbabwe for managing cases, the case management system, is a joke. It is a joke, but it's not a funny joke. It's a bad joke. So the Zimbabwean judiciary, very embarrassing. If you try to find your case, it's terrible. We have got a situation right now currently ongoing. The law side of Zimbabwe also crazy and inefficient. I've submitted myself a complaint at the law side of Zimbabwe. You will never hear them coming back to you. You have to keep going to check what's going on. You go to the courts, someone is filing multiple cases of the same, with the same litigants and applicants. It's crazy. The Zimbabwean judiciary system is a casino, a bad casino with no rules. So that is a very interesting ruling. And I don't know how it's going to be implemented, because some of the players who are making these problems in the judicial system of Zimbabwe are also the people who are supposed to be supervising the system. So Yakaora, judiciary in Zimbabwe, Yaka broker. Okay, I would like to thank all of you for watching. Let us just recap what I said. I said South Africa is fighting with the United States on a number of fronts. Firstly, there is a big fight between the United States and South Africa, with South Africa taking the sides against Israel. And they've gone to the International Court of Justice. So there's that fight. Then there is a fight over tariffs. Trump has slapped tariffs on South Africa. There is also the fact that South Africa has got no ambassador at the United States of America. Their special envoy has been denied a visa and has failed to enter the United States of America. And now South Africa has denied a visa to 30 priests or employees of the World Church Service, which were supposed to come and process visas for Afrikaners to go to America as refugees. South Africa has denied those World Church Service people visas. And it's piling up on top of the other issues with the marine fight with America and South Africa. And so the coming in of South Africa as SADC chair in 2026 is going to affect SADC countries, especially given that each country in SADC has got a different policy on Israel. And my suggestion would be that South Africa should not become SADC chair in 2026. Instead, they should push the SADC chairmanship to 2028 or 2029. Or okay, so that is 2028 or 2029 when Ramaphosa is gone. Because I think that the policies we're currently seeing right now is more of Ramaphosa policies. And ANC, in my view, is going to lose power in the next election. So I believe that within the next few years, we're probably going to have a DA or coalition president of some sort, someone who's not from the ANC. That is going to happen within the next election. So once we get the next election, we have a different president. In South Africa, we have a new president, a new policy, and a new political party that will be leading the country. But currently, we have a serious problem where South Africa's policies don't make sense. They're totally against the United States of America, and it won't work. You cannot have a situation where you fight the United States of America. You will never win. You will lose all the time. And at all levels, they're going to lose, because currently the South African economy going down very badly. Investors not coming in. Companies that are here, big companies, are closing and leaving. And the economy is shrinking. So the South African economy is shrinking. Unemployment is rising dramatically, currently at over 45%. That is among adults. Among teenagers and people around 20s, in their 20s, it's way above 60% unemployment. So it's hitting the people hard. And it's all because of these fights with America that don't make any sense. So the fight between America and South Africa does not make any sense. And someone mentioned that this is just, I don't know what they're doing. ANC is confused in terms of their foreign policy, because you need to have a good relationship with the Americans. You need to have a good relationship with Israel. And it's not their business to be going about to different courts and challenging Israel. That fight was here when Jesus was there. So you're not going to be able to fix it. You're not the one. It's not your job. You must see. If Jesus left the fight going on, who are you to try to fix it? It's clear to me that this has got nothing to do with South Africa. All their foreign policy issues, they are self-inflicted, and they don't seem to know how to fix it. So they don't seem to know how to address it. You're going to get 30%, and companies are going to close, and you're going to lose markets, and there's no way back. Once your economy starts crashing, there's no way back. It's going to be one direction for South Africa. Okay, so for SADC, as I said, it's better not to have South Africa as chair in 2026 to 2027. Wait for 2029. And by that time, the Trump president will be coming to an end, and Ramaphosa will be gone, and we have a fresh start. Okay, I would like to thank all of you for watching, and I'll see you again a little bit later as we discuss other breaking news. So in the mornings, I try to give you in-depth one story or the other. So within the next few hours, I'm going to take the video of the South Africa Minister of International Relations and Cooperation, Ronald Lamola, speaking on some of these issues. For example, the World Church Service. Most of you might not have known about it, that South Africa has denied these guys visas. So, or they are expected to deny them visas. So I'll give you the video of him speaking about it. And then also on Israel, the position of South Africa on Israel. He has spoken about it yesterday. So we're going to unpack it later on today. I'll give you the actual snippets so that you can see what South Africa is saying on those particular issues. And also on the ambassador, why South Africa doesn't have an ambassador in the United States, why the United States has denied a visa to the special envoy, which was appointed by President Ramaphosa. So I'd like to thank all of you for watching. I'll see you again a little bit later, and a good day to you all.